What's up, Super Fam? My name is Battery CEO. This is Sense Infinito, and welcome to Marvel's, where we cover all things Marvel and everything pop culture.
That is right. And on today's pop culture news update, we have the latest posters for Prime Video's new show, Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power. We're talking about the Boondocks Revival that was supposed to be going on, Madam Webb castings, and new stills from the Batman.
Oh yes,
I
we
feel
got
like
some
we've
cool
had new
stuff.
stills from Batman like every week, right, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
we're getting a lot of good stuff. But before we get into all of that, please make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Marvelbros23 on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and our YouTube channel, where we post all of our content and much more.
That is right. And you can also check us out at our website at www.marvelbros.com, where you can purchase our merchandise as well as donate to Marvel Bros and helping out with everything that we do here. You can also on our website, if you look on it, you can join our Discord. Our Discord is we're always talking about some awesome, crazy things. Just this last week, we were talking about the new comic book run that is going to be featuring a new Fantastic Four. That's going to be Spider-Man and Wolverine,
Really?
Joe Fixit, Hulk, and Ghost Rider.
When is
Uh,
this going to happen?
this is I don't have the exact. Let me see. It's in the
Probably a year
Discord.
from now, or a couple
I
months
think
off.
it's about to come out because
Oh, really?
this was already a 3-issue run that had happened
Oh,
before,
okay,
and
okay.
now they're just doing another. I think they're actually doing a more full-fledged rendition of that run because the
Yeah,
Fantastic Four had got caught by the Scroll in that comic book,
yep.
and then the new team was formed, and now they're making that team come back together, and they're going to be the Fantastic Four again.
Okay.
The
Seems pretty
cover
lit.
art for that comic was pretty awesome as well, if I do say so myself.
All
It was
right.
awesome. Yes, sir.
Well, without further ado, let's jump right in to today's first topic, shall we?
Yes, sir, man. So the Boondocks was supposed to see a revival at HBO Max, but
Yep.
it has officially been canceled. And we kind of were thinking this is something that might happen once we heard the news of John Witherspoon passing away, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how I think and because he was granddad on the Boondocks.
Mm,
So once that happened, it was like, ah man, I don't see them doing anything with anyone else.
yeah.
So
Are you able to watch the Boondock series on HBO Max?
yes, I believe you are because HBO Max has all of the Adult Swim,
Okay.
Cartoon Network, that all of that stuff is a
hmm
HBO Max one.
Okay.
And
So this is a show that I know is loved, at least where we live. A
yes,
lot of people love this show.
oh yeah,
Uh, we knew from a long time, almost a year and a half ago.
it's been
We
a
made a
minute
post on our
since we talked
Instagram
about that, and it
talking
went
about it,
crazy
and it went
too.
crazy. But ever since then, I haven't really heard anything about the show until the other day, and I was like, "What? What's going on?" And then it turns out Sony decided to shelf it, and they're going to look into other possibilities for the show. Um, but I don't think it. I don't know. This is
Yeah.
unfortunate. Obviously, I know this is something that I know a lot of fans were hoping to see. Very similar to like how like, this might connect, it might not, but in the sense of like how Rick and Morty is loved. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like
yeah.
that. This show and that show kind of go hand in hand in terms of like the massive fan base. And
Yeah, a very massive fan base, and we were all looking forward to this. When I
yeah,
remember when this news first dropped, it was like, man, there's no way, but it was like, no, wait, this is really happening. And then
mhm.
we were just all so pumped, man, and so many
Did
people were showing up on the Instagram for that as
because
well.
I've only watched a couple episodes here and there. So did
Mhm.
the show like end, or like did they like
No,
just
the
stop
show
making it?
never had like a book ending. It just kind of stopped getting made.
Okay.
But the Boondocks has always been a great show. I mean, the storylines in there are great. Like no, like not even to joke around, and they talk about some really for like real topics, and they really try to get in. It's and they have a good blend of like that anime feel
Yeah.
because as well, and I like both aspects that they blend together. They do it in a very it's funny, and sometimes it's like, man, they might be taking this too far, but they're really not taking it too far because they're
Yeah.
talking about stuff that really is going on. So it's like,
Mhm.
if you think we're going too far, then you should look at what's actually happening in real life
Yeah.
because it is going too far, and that's kind of what the point of the show was. I'd like to say it's more on the same. It's more similar to South Park and that type of
Yep.
like the type of vibe that they give off with South Park, but just um more of a black vibe to it. I guess you could say,
Mhm.
for lack of better words, because it was all like everything that it was about black people and
Mhm.
really going in about all the different things. Like
Yeah.
I know there was an episode where they even had like Martin Luther King. If he would have been like around present day, how different
Yeah.
it would have been for him to see just how people are interacting with each other and stuff versus from
Mhm.
where he came from. So the show was really a solid one. And don't get me wrong, like they never stopped. They never took a breath to like make fun of something or to joke
Yeah.
about something. But it was always about a real topic at the same time. If you've
Yeah.
seen South Park or if you've seen the Boondocks, then you pretty much kind of understand
Yeah.
what's going on because
Okay.
South Park has a very similar vibe to it.
Yeah.
But I think John Witherspoon is actually the one who first said
Yeah.
something about the show being made again, and
Mhm.
then once he passed away, we were like, oh man, it's like I think the thing that we kind of thought was maybe they already had some done at that
Mhm.
point and we might see it, but it's like they didn't even have anything ready at all.
It might have been that he was actually in the process of writing an entire new, uh, like whole story, like to
Mm,
continue off of,
hmm.
or stories to continue with. Um, but he might not have gotten them done, and that's probably why Sony's like, you know what, we need to, we're gonna stop.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, this is gonna get shelved. Maybe one day we can. Um, but again, that iconic voice, I don't know. It's gonna be
yeah,
tough to kind of figure out how to bring back and not be disrespectful. Very similar to how we kind of see the Black Panther situation with Chadwick Boseman passing away. So it'll be interesting to
yes, that's
see
very true.
how they navigate that, if that's the case, because it might have been he was probably the one that was writing down all the story stuff related to it.
Aaron McGruder is the writer for that. He also writes
Hmm.
Black Jesus, it says.
Hmm.
And I believe though, because Regina King, she was doing like a lot of stuff around that time when the
Yeah,
rumor had came out. So that's probably a reason as well as to why we didn't see anything happen with that because Regina King is the voice of Riley and
yeah.
Huey on the Boondocks, and she was in what is it?
Watchmen.
Watchmen.
No.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was in Watchmen. She had Watchmen going on, and I think there was another show with her in it or something like that at the time as
Hmm.
well, other than Watchmen. But I know that was one of the scheduling conflicts, so to speak, because she had to
Yeah.
be on these tours and whatnot for Watchmen. So,
Yeah.
man, it sucks that we're not going to be able to see the Boondocks come back right now. But
Yep.
at the same time, we get to have what Proud Family kind of come back and a lot of these
Yep.
other type of shows that we love. So hopefully in the future, we get to see some type of revival. Maybe even maybe even like the kids being older, and that's
Yeah.
why like he might just have to write a new story, like write
Yeah.
granddad out to where he has really passed away in the story as well. And then the brothers are older and they're still in the house, but now they're dealing with they're dealing with similar topics, but now at an adult level.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really cool
That could be cool, man.
transition for the
That could be
story.
really cool. Um, well, with that being said, let's go ahead and move right on to our next topic for tonight.
Yes, sir.
The Goosebumps getting another series live action on Disney Plus. Yo,
What?
yes, 10
Yo, that's
episodes apparently.
crazy.
Dude,
I Okay, so how did you feel about Jack Black's Goosebumps?
the first one I actually kind of loved. I thought it was a fun movie.
I thought that
Uh,
was a fun movie as well.
I haven't seen the second one though. I thought they were
The
the same
Goose
movies for some
the
reason.
Goosebumps gave me the vibes of the new movie. I don't think we've either seen it still. Ghostbusters. That was the kind
That's
of,
what I
it was
figured.
like a very similar vibe. Like,
Mhm.
so I kind of want to, I do want to check these out because Goosebumps has always been, even the old live action stuff that would come on
Yeah,
Nickelodeon used to be super creepy, but it was done really well.
yeah.
Well, I mean, from my standpoint as a child.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Because even though like they're not like super high budget, all the short stories that they made from like the iconic books, I think
Mhm.
they did such a good job at uh giving them real life representations and what we saw growing up. And like some of them were
Yeah.
really terrifying, some of them were really dark,
No,
and not all of
for
them ended in a
sure.
happy ending. Most of them ended in a
Nah.
terrible way. And that always killed me because I always wanted to know what was happened moving forward. But I
Mhm.
guess that was a cool way to kind of get new readers to read the books and see how actually everything kind of pans out.
Yeah.
Uh, and so I think that was a cool way to kind of entice new readers, but to introduce people to Goosebumps. And
No,
ever
I agree
since
with that.
then, Goosebumps I think has been a huge uh, series. And even before it kind of got mainstream, I know there was a whole ton, like every
Even when they
library,
were books, they were still super
yeah,
they were super popular.
had a huge following. And so
My
I'm
man
excited
multi
for this.
fandom in the chat said, "What's up?
Yo,
What's up
how's it
with the
going, man?
multi main? How you doing?" Multi says, "Unpopular opinion. I'm excited for the Madam Web movie." You think that's an unpopular opinion? I haven't really seen
Ooh,
what Twitter and stuff has been saying about the Madam Web stuff,
yeah.
but I am pumped
We definitely
to
going to be
check
talking
it
about
out.
that
Could be
later.
a good,
So
yeah,
stick around.
exactly. But I'm really happy for Goosebumps to be getting this. I mean, at the same time, I don't know what's going to be going on when it comes to Disney Plus doing it. Though I
Yeah.
don't want to say it like that, but I don't. I'm just really hoping that it doesn't get Artemis fouled, for
You know
lack of
what?
better
People,
words.
you know what? Someone I think I saw on, I think it was on Twitter,
Oh
and
shit!
it was the same thing that we've said for multiple things. I hope it doesn't get ice aged. Because you ought to know your boy is not happy with the latest ice age. Okay, uh, just putting it out there. But it is what it is. You know, they don't care about us OG Ice Age fans. It seems like,
They
uh,
don't care about us. Oh my
yeah.
goodness. Hey, but I feel that. And I really am nervous for that very reason, though,
Hmm.
because Goosebumps and a lot of these stories are the type of stories that can get outplayed or they can get done to the point where it's like, man, we don't want to see this we really don't want to see this anymore. Or you're just doing this so you can bring that IP out, kind of like what we saw with Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're just trying to do this so we can do it because we have the name and we want to put it out.
Mm.
But at the same time, on the same hand, Disney could make a really good thing with the Goosebumps whole thing. I didn't even know Disney owned freaking Goosebumps. I guess that's one of the things that they got in the
I don't know. I think
transaction,
it's
the Fox acquisition.
because I think they initially. Well, I don't know. For me, I think they initially. I initially started watching them on Cartoon Network when they got released.
Yeah, that's what I
Uh,
thought.
and I think that's where they originally released. But since they got the HBO Max thing going, I'm pretty sure all of Cartoon Network's rights are a part of like HBO Max's, or there's some
Hmm.
sort of shared thing going on there. I'm not too sure. But from what I understand, we don't really know any castings. There's supposed to be 10 episodes. Uh,
Oh,
this is by Variety. Producer
wait. So
Haven.
you're telling me that these Goosebumps shows are gonna have more episodes than the Marvel shows? I'm triggered. I'm
So there's going to
triggered.
be 10 episodes
I'm
of,
triggered.
well, and they're probably going to be like, unless it's, I hope it's 10 separate stories. I really like that from the
Oh
original.
yeah, the
Um, Hopefully it's not
and
one,
is that the
like,
anthology? Is
yeah,
that how?
it's,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
the Goosebumps anthology.
yeah. So
Um,
I think I agree with you. I don't want one cohesive story of like how the movie was. Like, if they would have made one movie and it had like Jack Black or something, then they made a whole different movie with Goosebumps and it had something else going on. I think that
yep.
would have been way better than what. I'm not trying to bash on the movie because it's a good movie, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I think that would have been really cool for us to have like an actual anthology series of movies, kind of like a Fear Street, I think it was, that Netflix did, because I think that was even what we said when we watched it. Like, oh, that seems kind of like uh almost like a Goosebumps type of thing, but it has a cohesive story in the background.
Yeah.
Each story is its own thing, but there's still something going on in the background of like, oh, hey, yeah, this is this and that's that. So I, I'm pumped for this still, no matter what.
Yep.
And I just don't want it to be Disney-fied in a bad way.
Yeah, I hope they do. I hope they give it justice, man. I hope it's something that
There you go.
can terrify kids and be entertaining as well. Obviously, we don't need like a freaking wrong turn, super like I don't know, like super dark horror, But like I definitely want to
Yeah.
see something dark, have a lot more horror aspect to it because that's entertaining stuff.
That's facts.
Because you could do something that's really like that's horror based, but still be PG 13. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hopefully do it. Hopefully they do it, give it justice. Because the last two movies, even though they're like pretty comedic, they were fun to watch. But like they didn't really give one besides the puppet. They didn't really give any like specific character or like, from his books or creature from his books like a role per se or like
Oh,
their
okay.
moment to shine. Besides like here and there, you know what I mean. So I'm excited for this. I think it's cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree, man. For sure. But coming up next, you'll like this one, brother. Dakota Johnson has officially been cast as Madam Webb for
Yep.
Sony's upcoming movie, yo. This is gonna be a Madam Webb movie as well, part of their
Yep.
Sony Spider Verse stuff, right?
Yes, I believe so. This is something that we've actually known this for a while. At least
Yes.
we have
We've
known
just been
about
waiting for a cast.
a Madam Web project. I think this was freaking first announced after the first Venom was initially announced.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think so.
so I think this is a cool casting. I know, from the comics, I think a lot of it portrays her as a younger or older lady, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
That
I
seems
believe
like.
so.
But I love Dakota Johnson. I personally have never seen the 50 Shades of Grey, but like from what I've seen her in like Peanut
Oh,
Butter
that's who she
Falcon,
is.
yeah, she's in there. I've seen her in How to Be Single, Our
Mm,
Friends. I've seen Bad Times at the El Royale. Like the movies that I've seen with her in them, I've loved. So I'm
okay.
excited to see where this goes. Um, I want to know because today I don't know from an uncertified source that I've never heard or seen anything from on Facebook because I don't look for information on Facebook, but uh,
Gotcha.
apparently, like according to this picture that he had put up, it was all three of the Spider-Man, Toby, and Andrew were coming back again to potentially fight with against, and then eventually along Venom to fight Null. And we did have those Null rumors back in the day, a couple months ago, before we saw Spider-Man.
That's true.
So that might be what's happening potentially. And this movie can kind of coincide or kind of maybe lead up to that. And maybe Madam Web is the one that kind of freaking ultimately orchestrates Null even coming to the fray. Possibly.
That would be fire. I'm not gonna lie. I think that would be that would be really the best way that they could do the new Venom rendition is to have him be the
Mm-hmm.
antagonist for all three Spider-Man in a movie,
Yep.
and then fight alongside them. Kind of what we thought was gonna happen in No Way Home to begin with. Once we
Yeah.
like going into that movie. I'm like that's kind of what we expected. If like, am I
Yeah.
wrong? Like, I thought it
wonder-
was gonna be him and them versus that. Like, I thought they were gonna have all of their good hero moments that they got, and then like
Yep.
towards the end, Venom was just gonna come in or something, and then it was.
I wonder if
whatever.
what other. I'm sure like when we get the DVD and see all the special features, we might hear about some of the other plans they might have had. But because they released a whole list of deleted scenes that are going to be available to watch on the DVD. But what other cuts or versions of the movie they had where Venom was a little more involved?
Yeah,
it would have been interesting to see. How would you feel about this? Like, so throughout the whole movie, we actually see Eddie Brock throughout the whole movie as he's just learning about the MCU. Like all of Spider-Man, like during the whole Spider-Man, we just kind of get like a subplot where we just kind of relearn what happened in the MCU. from Eddie Brock's perspective. Like, that'd be kind of like a funny little twist that they just add in every
No,
so
that
often
would
throughout the
actually
movie. That
be,
could have been pretty cool.
yeah, that would
Um,
actually be pretty fire.
but I don't know. I wish that we saw more of him. I felt like I think we had this whole conversation too. We did feel a little.
Yeah,
I felt a little gypped that we didn't get to see more from him.
for
Like
sure.
all that, like that end credit in Venom 2 was just to get us hyped, but nothing came of it. You know,
Yeah,
like it was just
no,
an excuse for
yeah,
Sony to kind of, I don't know,
just to have him in there. Like I don't.
yeah,
It
just have a
it
flex. Like it was just, I don't know,
it wasn't even a good flex though, because like you said, we really didn't get anything from that. It didn't hold any substance
except
to
the
the
drop of
movie.
symbiote staying in the MCU. But other
That's
than that,
true, and I don't
uh,
know if that's enough for me, particularly. Like at least, okay, I'll say this: at this current stage of where we are right now, right, it's not enough
mhm,
for me. But
yeah,
they're probably gonna give it justice in the future to
oh
make it
yeah,
enough. Like
for sure,
I wouldn't doubt if we see that something like that happen. If it's not soon, it'll be sooner than we think, because the next
yeah,
trilogy that we have Tom Holland in is still going to be set in the MCU, at least from how they ended this Spider-Man movie,
yep,
and along with the other news that we know, uh, being the 2 animated series that are going to be on Disney Plus starring Tom Holland.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, so we're going to be in this area where we can really get a good universe of shared characters in a
yeah,
multiversal way or in a just regular way. I don't know how they're going to do it. And honestly, at the point now, it's like it doesn't matter. We can have a Rhino in 2 universes. We can have a
yeah,
Rhino movie over here, and it has nothing to do with what's going over here in the
yeah,
MCU. And all the casual moviegoers will be just fine with that, because they're going to watch Doctor Strange, and that's going to explain everything. And so
yeah,
they're going to be like, yeah, yeah, let's go. So
mhm,
what you're saying, I'm all the way down for. I would love all of it, bro. I think that would be amazing. And I'm also for like seeing Madam Web also maybe pop up in the like into the Spider-Verse movies and kind of making everything somehow canon. You know what I mean? I think that would be something that's really cool, because I thought we had some type of rumors of Madam Web for Into the Spider-Verse before, but I might be mistaken. Uh, but yeah, I'm
I'm
down for everything, man.
yeah, I just obviously the whole Venom thing kind of sucks, but I'm excited for to see where this kind of goes. Uh, from if you guys don't know who she is, uh,
I got a picture right
she
here.
initially, from what I understand, she actually was there to help Spider-Man, but they kind of like turned on him, or at some point,
She
kind of
might be in the Big Book of Marvel. R.I.P.
yeah. I know. From what I understand, she's blind, um, and she's hella smart. It seems like doesn't have very good durability, energy, any fighting skills, speed, or strength, but she's
So
really
here's a
smart.
picture of both Madam Web and Dakota Johnson,
Yep.
and I think that's definitely a solid one, yo. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. What were you saying about her powers? Let me see. I'm gonna look for check it.
So, like, if I'm looking at this is from Marvel, like on one of their character breakdowns in terms of like durability, energy, fighting skills, speed, and strength. They're all one, so terrible on all those. But she's a 7 in intelligence. Uh,
Ooh.
for some reason, I thought I think she's a clairvoyant, right? Or I thought for some reason I pictured her like a Professor X type of character, right? Am I wrong?
Well, I think there's multiple renditions of this Madam Web character as well.
Hmm.
Uh, because of there's always like different comic runs and shit. So I don't know
Yeah.
which one they're going to be going off of. Um, Multi says my most anticipated Marvel films: 1, Fantastic Four; 2, Madam Web; 3, Multiverse of Madness; 4, Craven the Hunter; and 5, Blade. That's a good list right there.
Yeah,
Uh
it's a really good list.
Multi says, I think they're going to go Julia Carpenter route. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. And that's the one that I see in the big book of Marvel right here.
Yeah.
Um, It says Madam Webb, real name Julia Carpenter,
Okay.
adventurer fugitive, based in New York City. Uh, Her first appearance as Julia Carpenter was Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #6, October 1984, as Madam Web, Amazing Spider-Man number 636.
Hmm.
Yeah. So as Julia Carpenter, it was Secret Wars 1984, and then as Madam Web, Amazing Spider-Man 636, August 2010. So those are her two different forms. And like
Okay.
Multi was saying, I think they're going with the latter. Powers. Through clairvoyance, like you were talking about,
Okay.
Madam Web can predict the future, read minds, and perform psychic surgery. All right, here's the breakdown. The original Madam Web, Cassandra Webb, was born blind but developed skills as a clairvoyant that compensated for her sightlessness. Cassandra's first encounter with Spider-Man came when businessman Rupert Dockery was scheming to take over the Daily Globe.
Okay.
At first skeptical of the help she offered, Spider-Man later acknowledged her usefulness and they worked together. At times, Cassandra could be manipulative. She once tricked Spider Man into obtaining a mystical object for her so she could try to gain youthful immortality. She later mentored the third Spider Woman, Maddie Franklin, but she couldn't prevent Craven's family from killing them both. Oh, damn.
Wait. So is
Julia.
she? So is she a good
You
guy
said,
or a bad guy?
it doesn't really say anything about that. Julia Carpenter, the second Spider Woman, inherited her powers and has taken over as the new Madam Web. Julia helped bring her insane ex boyfriend, the Shroud, to justice. Cassandra was later cloned by the Jackal, only to die again, asking Julia to save the Prowler as she died. God damn, that was pretty intense. So it seems like she's kind of like that Venom anti character
Yeah, I was
vibe,
gonna say. I
bro.
was like, I'm getting like a female Venom without the symbiote type of vibe.
Mhm.
That's kind of good and maybe bad at the same time. But it seems like I'm seeing like a more neutral character, right? I mean,
Oh, it says she later mentored the third Spider Woman.
hmm,
Dang, I didn't. So she was. Dang, I didn't know. That's wild. And
okay.
then her and Spider Woman both got killed, though. I think by Craven's family. That's cold. That's cold, bro.
Yo, if
This
that's what they do with the movie, bro,
Could you imagine something like that? I think that would be a good like
that's a cool segue
intro.
into like
Yeah,
yeah, not only for Craven but for like hyping up the next Spider-Man movie of like the first of like the major trilogy, which apparently is what's going down because we know who's casted for Craven already. So
yeah,
uh
that's true.
so
That's
I'm
true.
excited.
I feel like, man, when it comes to all these characters that we know coming into the fray now, uh, they can do them any way they want to. Really, to be completely honest, they can like do anything. So do you? Oh, Multi's like Amazing Spider-Man. uh, the way that they could make this movie is more of a hey, like Moon Knight, kind of, like she takes over this role from someone else, and
Yeah.
she doesn't even know what she's getting into. More type of vibe, rather than she's already Madam Web and has already been like this evil person that's established.
Mhm.
Um, so she could be either like a hella type of variant or a
Yeah.
regular variant, what would you like to see more most? Like what
You
kind
know,
of
I don't know why I'm
rendition, I
thinking
guess?
about this because even before Phantom had mentioned this, I was getting kind of a cool like, what if Andrew Garfield Spider-Man falls in love with this Madam Web
Mm,
with her normal character, right? And
yeah.
comes to find out she's not normal, and ultimately kind of
Mm.
has that and reveals, oh, I'm Madam Web, like this is who I am, this is what I do, and all of a sudden, Craven, oh man, comes through, devastating everyone, uh, nearly killing Andrew, But as he's about to get killed, gets taken away by a portal into the MCU, leaving his beloved character, Madam Webb, behind to die.
Whew.
Really dark, but I can see that.
Multi said Madam Web and Andrew Spider-Man versus Morbius and Kraven the Hunter would be epic. Yo, that would be epic.
I wonder. I actually wouldn't doubt it if Kraven the Hunter gets introduced in Morbius. That could be pretty cool too.
That actually would be a good place to seed him in.
Mm-hmm. Like
because
towards the end or whatever.
Thing that we really haven't seen done yet from the whole Sony verse, I don't think, is really the seeding of characters. But Morbius seems like it was the first movie that was going to do that, though, because of the talking about Venom. Like, remember when we first watched that trailer and he was like, "I am Venom," and turned his face like all vampire? It was like, okay, so we're getting that Shazam type of vibe to where we know that stuff exists in this universe.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that, like you said, we get that with the Kraven the Hunter and possibly setting up other things. Like we have Vulture as well in that movie. So there's multiple things that could possibly be set up. Starring all of these Sony characters in their universes.
I feel like
Multi says there was a Kraven the Hunter truck on the set of Morbius. Yeah,
I was going to say, I was like, I feel like I remember reading about that actually. But I feel like we're going to start seeing Kraven the Hunter kind of pop up here and there, moving forward within the MCU in terms of like the Sony's movies. So I think we got to keep an eye out for during Morbius. Keep an eye out for because Morbius is the next Spider-Man related project we have right now, right?
Yes.
After that, we don't have anything, right? For a little bit.
Nope. Yeah, we don't have anything that we know of, at least.
So I think Morbius is definitely a good place to look. I think we got a little more. We got a little Kraven the Hunter tease in the clouds in No Way Home. But
that's right.
I think Morbius is we're going to see a little something that we weren't expecting to see. So I'm excited. I'm actually looking forward to see what Sony can do with their version of the Spider-Verse. So
Samurai said, "What up, Marvel Bros? What up, Samurai? What up, G? How you doing, man?
How's it going, man?
I hope you're having a good Sunday. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Let us know what you guys are doing." Multi says, "I think Sony's universe is gonna be interesting." I agree because one thing that I know for sure is they're gonna get some help from Kevin Feige. No matter what it is that they do, like, there's no way that I wouldn't put that in my deal. Like, bruh, we're going to be able to talk to you about some movies every once in a while. Like, not every movie, but help us with some type of direction. Because, like, what Sony has done with Venom is, it's, like, good, but at the same time, it could be a lot better than it is. And we all kind of know that. But we just appreciate it for what it is because we know it's like Sony. They don't like they know we love stuff, and then they'll. Sony isn't as bad as W. They're almost right there. So
yeah,
I think that they're gonna have a super different direction with everything. I just really wish we would have got Morbius already because that looked like it was gonna be. Top
I think it would have because we're supposed to see it before Spider-Man and before Venom. I'm pretty sure, right? If I remember right,
a long time ago, yeah, bro.
So so there's definitely some stuff in there that I think would have added to some of the coolness that we saw in No Way Home in the clouds, or something that we might have missed in Venom that we aren't privy to. Yeah, I think this could be cool, man. I'm excited for this. I think Sony has a lot of potential on their hands because I think.
Oh yeah.
They definitely want to give us cool stuff. Do they know how to hold back? Not at all, which could be annoying. But I think there's some hope there, and I'm excited for that.
I agree, though. I am very excited to see where the universe goes. I think it's Sony's universe of Spider-Man characters. Yeah, it's like some Sony's universe of something weird like that. But I'm still excited to see what happens with it. I agree completely, bro. And yeah, man, there's more to come.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we have next? Is this me?
Well, no, this is me, I believe. Well, Lord of the Rings just keeps getting better and better, folks.
Oh man.
All right. The Rings of Power just came out with a lot of like
I
character
remember you
posters.
text me and you were like, bro, there was like over 30. There was no, oh no, you told me that yesterday. You were like, there was like over 30. There was
There
no
was
way.
hella posters. We couldn't post them all, but I have a little collage. We have a little collage for you guys featuring some of the cool ones that I found uh, that I think are pretty awesome. So I'm ready to check this out, man, because wow,
Those
look
are
at this.
beautiful.
I don't even know what most of these mean. Like what?
Those
Like I
are
see like
beautiful.
from like Rohan, I believe here. I don't even know. I maybe know
Those
like four
are
of these.
beautiful.
Like only four of these are like things I'm kind of privy to. Everything else, I'm not even sure.
Wait, let's make it a little bigger just because it's beautiful. Like there's so much to see on this one.
Definitely see
So I was gonna say, how many of these people actually have rings on them? So we got this one, this one, this one.
I
How many? Do we know about the rings? Like I don't know. I've never. Well, I mean, I've never watched
so
anything.
in the
So,
first Harry Potter, in the first Lord of the
ooh.
Rings, in the beginning of the movie, I'm pretty sure they talk about the creation of the Rings of Power. And I think
Okay.
there was 12, it might be 14, it might be
Mhm.
some another number as well. But but like the main ring that we deal with throughout the whole trilogy is called the Ring of Power. Um,
Mm.
but uh, other than that, I don't really know what happened to the other rings or like what went down. So it'll be interesting for me as like a Lord of the Rings fan just to kind of see how this kind of unfolded because this takes
Yeah.
place over 1,000 years before the events of Lord of the Rings. Uh,
Mm.
either 1,000 or 3,000 years. It's a big number prior to the trilogy that we got. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
very excited.
It seems like they're kind of even building us up to get ready to experience multiple um houses. I don't know if they have a certain
Mhm.
name in the Lord of the Rings universe, but very
So
similar to how at the beginning of at the beginning of Wheel of Time they gave
mhm,
us the all of the different people from that are like the leader of the different
yeah.
sets and whatnot. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this. Like
Mhm.
each one of these people, each one of these posters are going to end up being a person that leads something within the show or some
Yeah.
place in the show. So just I don't if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Uh yes, and I want to say yes to what you're thinking. Uh
Mm-hmm.
but like it doesn't like the movies don't explore them that much. Like
Mm.
we follow like I think in total, I mean you have like the Shire, which is like the main Hobbit spot. You have like Rohan. I think Rohan or Rohan. You have the place where episode 3, the Return of the King kind of takes place, but I can't think of the name of it right now. Yeah, there's only several different places. It's not like as expansive as Wheel of Time has been so far. Um,
Mm.
but I'm excited. I
Yeah.
like I want to rewatch them all right now, but I have to watch them on HBO Max because the ones I have aren't the extended version. So, uh,
Oh,
and I didn't realize, and I think we talked about this a couple
last week
times
actually,
ago.
right?
Yeah, it might have been last week that I have never watched the extended versions, and I've watched all the regular theatrical versions a lot, just never the extended version. So I'm excited to see uh, stuff that I might have missed or see anything that's new. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited to just experience this entire universe as like from where I am at basically at this moment because I know that this is such an expansive novel that has
Mhm.
lots and lots of dialogue and I mean Tolkien, though, he was so amazing, and he was a linguistic expert. So he wrote the books around the languages that he was creating as well, and the different
Mhm.
dialects and all that stuff. And that's just really awesome. So I know a lot about it just because of the research that I've done for my book and all that type of stuff, and how his writing style is so like loved by a lot of people when it comes to fantasy, etc., etc. So I really want to check these movies out, and I'm going to. And I got until September 2nd to catch up, man.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a good
And then
time,
The
man. I'm telling
Hobbit
you.
is also canon to the movies, right?
Yes,
Like,
Hobbit takes place before these three movies.
okay.
So like, there's a character that we meet uh, in the first one, and he's like a mentor. I don't know if he's related to Bilbo, but he's like a mentor or someone to Bilbo, and we follow his character and how he acquired the ring initially. That
Mm.
starts off the events of the Lord of the Rings. So, and they're good movies. I need to watch them all again. I don't know if I watched them all in theaters. I know I watched one and two. I don't know. I might have watched all three. I'm not too
How
sure.
many Hobbits are there? Is that a
Three.
trilogy? Okay.
Yeah. So there's three Hobbits and then three Lord of the Rings. Um,
Oh, there's
it's not
only
like
three Lord of the Rings movies? I thought there was
yeah.
more for some reason.
Oh no, yeah. There's three. It's not like it'd be cool if it was like Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Just seven, just seven movies like that. But man, I can't express how excited I am for this, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this. Definitely one of
I'm
my most
definitely about to
anticipated
watch
stuff
these movies this week then.
to
I thought
watch
there was
this
like
year.
7.
Oh no, but like a lot of them are like close to. They're all long movies.
Yeah, the
If I
extended
remember.
versions are all 3+ hours, like
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until like 1 o'clock in the morning when all my family is asleep. Just risk it for the biscuit. Not go to sleep till 4:30.
Yeah.
Wake up, wake up at like 6. Go to the gym. But these are gonna be awesome, and like you said, one of the most. Is anything? No, I'm pretty anticipated for this, man. Like Moon Knight, I'm pretty anticipated for as well. But this, like, I have like pretty high hopes and expectations for this because of how
Yeah.
awesome Wheel of Time was, and I'm expecting this to be pretty
Yeah.
like on par with that, if not
Hopefully
better.
they kill
To
it.
be
Yeah.
honest, like I really want it to be, not in like a bad way, but it's just like I want all the stuff that they said about this. It gets hype, and then you end up with like Cyberpunk, and you're like, no.
And they're
So
just
we'll
like,
see.
what the f?
How, like, are you sure, Amazon, that you put the most money into this? Like, I don't want to feel like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm down for it though. I can't wait to see what happens for this
It's gonna be a
movie.
good time, man. What do we got up next, man?
Man, going on to what we got up next. Yo, this is something that I'm pretty bummed about. Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League has officially been delayed until 2023. Man, we gotta wait till next year. We were so hyped to play this year.
I was looking forward to playing this game. But I'm not mad.
No,
I'll
not at
tell you
all.
why. Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly why I'm very sad. I still have what version of this? Still have it. An original wrapper as a Christmas
My
or
man,
birthday gift. I don't remember. I
did you
have yet
never
to even
open it?
open it. I haven't played it.
How have you not opened it yet, my brother? Because you heard about all this years, like, bro, it's just pointless, huh?
I don't know why. I just haven't opened it. I know a lot of people had a lot of high hopes for this game.
Yeah.
But we all got finessed. All that money, all that work, and then for them to just release it the way they did. And that's part of the issue within the whole gaming industry right now. And hopefully that kind of gets fixed. And I think them delaying it another year is a good step. I'd
Well, I
much
mean, to
rather
be
have a gaming
honest,
studio.
that's the same thing that happened with Cyberpunk. They delayed the game multiple times trying to fix stuff on it, and it still
Mhm.
came out and was,
Yeah.
corn nuts, basically. So, You know,
It was
you know,
corn nuts within goat poop that didn't digest properly. Like,
facts. Bro, it was just, yeah. I was not happy about that and how that game
mm,
dropped. So similar to how what happened with EA's Battlefield, which I think we're actually going to be talking about later in our uh, gaming portion of what's going on. But Squid, Suicide Squad kills Justice League. Everything that we saw from that looked so good.
yep,
Even the poster that we had from from it with Superman, and it had the crosshairs of Suicide
yep.
Squad on his head. That's actually on the thumbnail today as well. And that was awesome, bro. Like that was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, and this is a game that we've known about since DC Fandom,
Hmm.
the latest DC Fandom, not the first time, but the second DC Fandom they did last summer, if I remember right. Um, and I don't know. I think they talked about they just started development or they've been working on it, but this game was giving me Guardians of the Galaxy video game that just came out. I'm getting those
Yeah.
vibes and more. Uh, Definitely towards the grittiness. I think.
Oh yeah.
I hope at least because I don't know if this game's gonna be rated M. It's probably gonna be rated T for teen more likely than not. Uh, but I'm looking forward to this. I don't know. My thing, unfortunately, is I just don't have time to play games as much as I used to.
I feel
Uh,
that.
and it sucks, but that's the reality of like the situation that I'm in currently in my life. But if I had time, I would totally be playing this game, even if it's for an hour. I would play it, uh, and that might be the strat moving forward.
Yeah.
To play games, that might be what I have to do, unfortunately. But I look forward to this one a lot.
Yeah.
I
And
hope we at least,
thankfully, though, we still get Gotham Knights this year, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken, because Gotham Knights looks like it's also going to be a great game.
yeah, and they might have delayed
And
it to work on that game.
if Gotham Knights comes out and is like as amazing as they're setting it up to be, Marvel is gonna have to do something because Marvel's Avengers was grade A butt cheeks that sweat
They're
from the
still
gym.
pumping out content for that game.
Oh, yeah, and they're pumping out like good content for that game. Like they just put out like in-game skins and stuff on that
Mm,
game. Like I'm pretty sure you get the No Way Home skin for Spider-Man on that game. Like, bro, they're
yeah,
trying to really bring in a fan base that really doesn't play. Like I don't
yeah,
know anyone that plays that game to be honest.
because a bunch of people bought it, and then within the first week, I think 90%, 98 or 90% of the player base gone.
Mhm.
Uh, we did get kind of finesse. We thought we were going to be able to play the campaign together because that's what it
Mhm.
seemed like.
It was
Uh,
like, nope, you got to beat the game before you can
yep,
play the campaign.
beat the game to get the full experience first. What? And then you play the game, and it's like, this is cool, but it's really repetitive. You know what I mean? So I was just like, man, so many high hopes, so much hype. Because I remember the day they first like teased it. Uh, I was at school in middle school actually when this happened, if I remember right, because it took forever. I think I was no, what am I talking about?
Bro, what?
Was I in middle school or was I in high school?
That would have been like 15.
At the time, because it came out what, 2017? No,
What are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? We're talking about
I don't.
Marvel's Avengers?
When did Marvel's Avengers come out? Was it 2020, 2019?
2020. Yeah, it came out in 2020. August 14th, 2020.
Dang, I don't know where I was at. You know what? I was at a middle school as an after school teacher when the teaser first came out. That's what it was. I wasn't in middle school, but I was a teacher uh, outside, and I remember
Bro,
watching. Yes,
you are hilarious,
yeah.
my G.
I was at work when I watched the teaser initially in 2017 when it was first announced, uh, and the hype I had for this because it looks so good. And the a lot of the clips or movie scenes that you see, I thought were really cool. But
Mhm.
to get to those movie scenes was kind of rough. It's a little bit. It's a little bit.
It was. Yeah, game was not what we expected to be at all, and it'd be like that sometimes, I guess. Um, we hope that. I mean, I know that they were gonna put out no, but I mean, all the stuff that they put out really hasn't done anything, and we never even got to play with each. We still to this day haven't played with each other, so it's like
Yeah.
we don't know how that experience even plays out because it was like, bro, the game is so, and it was like clunky. Like the cutscenes are cool, but some of them it's just like shit, just pops out of nowhere. It's like you don't see anyone, and then all of a sudden the person's just there. It's like, oh, okay, all right, for sure. So it was really discouraging a little, like to keep playing through it, especially because of how good the game could have been. Like if you played Batman Arkham Asylum, like any of the Batman games, any of the Spider-Man games, they're all
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Like all of everything is amazing. But with that game, they didn't even embody the Destiny vibe the right way that they were trying to copy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah, it was. And then it was like, oh, it's gonna be open world, and it really wasn't. It was just maps that were open, like they more open than usual. Man, yeah,
Yeah.
that game really like grinds my gears. Like I'm about to bust a blood vessel right now. Laura, what's up with the Laura? Welcome to the chat. My bad, I was
How's it going, Laura?
rambling. Yeah, the game would have been more fun if you could play with friends right away or not long after. If you could, like, because we thought once you got to the, can't
Like
think of what it's
the,
called,
the the main base, like you
the
could start.
hammer or the shield, it was something because you have to
It was like the hub or
unlock the
something.
table, the war table, right?
Yeah.
I think it was the war table. If if you unlock that war table, as soon as you get to the war table, it should have been unlocked for you to play with your friends. Because at that point, you have a good understanding of the mechanics of the game, and that's usually how it works, right?
Yeah.
Like when you escape the city as Miss Marvel, which was amazing. Like that was fun. I was having so much fun at that part. But then after that, it was just like, okay, all right, well, this let me do the same thing as every other character now. Like, I don't know, man. It was it was
Yeah. It was rough, man. But I have hope for this game. I just hope that we could, like, because it is delayed another year. I hope we actually get to see another gameplay trailer, or some sort
You
of
know
other
what
footage
else
to kind of
finessed
show
us?
off.
Midnight Suns. That game's not what we think it is either. It's not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be like,
the
yeah, that's
phone
not,
card game.
yeah.
uh, if you
Bro,
want to
it's
know how
like,
furious we were, go watch
why
our
they
trailer reaction to the Midnight Suns gameplay
oh
trailer,
my
and
god.
like watch us lose our. I'm not even exaggerating. We lost it. I completely roasted that trailer so bad.
Yeah,
There's no shot because
I was furious. Like, because it's like I don't, and Marvel does that. They'll be like, they'll give you just the dopest trailer. It's like a mobile game. They be having the
yeah,
dopest trailers ever. And then you go and play the game and it's like Candy Crush and you're like switching gyms across. It's like, yo, what's happening right
yeah.
now? Yeah, that was, yeah. We've been finessed a few times here on Marvel Bros. It's been very hurtful. Oh
but
my goodness.
oh, I apologize.
Jeez, no, no,
Oh,
no.
hold
Someone
on.
started calling me on Discord, yo.
Oh,
It frightened me.
I was like, damn, I knew my lung was parched, but damn, like it was. Was that not? But I hope this doesn't derail the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. I think this gives it more
Mhm.
hope for me, personally, just from where we're at in the gaming space, like as a consumer bait, But
Yeah.
definitely sucks though. But hopefully, this is for the good. And hopefully, we can find out more details of this or the reasons behind this in the coming months.
Yeah, I agree, bro. And like you said, it don't don't get me wrong, I'm nervous because when games start getting these pushbacks, I get really nervous no matter what because it's just like holy crap.
Mhm.
what's gonna happen? Like, did
Yeah,
you guys not are you guys not ready for something? But like you said, I didn't even think they might be trying to finish Gotham Knights because that game is no doubt going to be bigger than Suicide
because
Squad.
they did delay Gotham Knights already.
Yeah,
Uh, not
and I
like a
think
whole
that still
year,
comes out this. Yeah, I was
but
going
it
to
still
say,
comes
but I
out
think
this
that
year.
still comes out this year though. So
Yeah,
that would make sense because I wouldn't have a problem with that. You know, they're trying to rush that game out for a lack of better words. You know what I mean? But and Gotham Knights is all those characters are pretty much bigger than the Suicide Squad, if I'm
yeah,
not mistaken. Suicide Squad is like kind of like the Justice League, like Guardians of the Galaxy right now,
yeah,
but they're still popping.
yeah.
Laura said, "Now
Can't
I'm gonna have to watch it." Yeah, yeah. We both almost passed out from being so furious about that game. TMX shot said, "Yo, what's good? What is up with this shot? How you doing, man?" Um, yeah, yo, I can't wait for this game because we were like when they first announced this, we were like, "Oh, this is gonna be crazy!" Like, what do you have we seen any gameplay of this? I don't think we have.
we saw a little gameplay trailer.
We did?
Uh,
Okay, I didn't know if it was
for
a regular or a gameplay.
actually, I'm sorry, we saw the gameplay trailer for Gotham Knights, not for this game, or not for Justice League
Oh,
Ghost.
oh yeah, you're
And if
right.
there
You're right.
was, there might have been a little bit of gameplay that we saw uh, for Suicide Squad, but it wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. I hopefully, hopefully it's for the better. Uh, but moving right along,
Um,
this is huge. I think this is definitely not what we were expecting for what's happening next for the Star Wars universe because we don't read the like novels like that, But apparently, Disney is officially developing an animated adaptation of the Star Wars novel Lost Stars, and it's set to release on Disney Plus.
hey, what?
Yes.
What? That's
And
crazy.
apparently, this novel is one of the most like loved novels in a long time for Star Wars.
Oh, damn.
So what that brings to the table, I have no idea.
Oh snap! Okay, hold on, hold on. Oh yes, no, no, no. Okay, okay. So this reads the dang. It's not called the biography. I guess the excerpt for this book, it says the reign of the Galactic Empire has reached the outer rim planet of Jalukan or
Mhm.
Jalukan, where aristocrat Thane Kyrell and rural villager Sienna Ree bond over their love of flying. Enrolling at the Imperial Academy is nothing less than a dream come true for both of them. But Thane sours on the dream when he sees firsthand the horrific tactics the Empire uses to maintain its ironclad rule. Bitter and delusioned, he joins the fledgling rebellion, putting Sienna in an unbearable position between her loyalty to the Empire and her love for the man she's known since childhood.
Yeah.
Holy
So
moly.
that sounds intense, man. That sounds intense. And you know what? That sounds like a Ahsoka and Anakin Skywalker relationship if we would have saw
Mm,
Ahsoka see what Anakin became, you know?
yeah.
And I think and to see that unfold, I wish we got to see that moment. I mean, we saw a little bit of that in Rebels. Uh but
Mhm.
like it wasn't Anakin, he was already Vader at that point. So
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting story and I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I
it's
really loves
not like resistance, like a kid Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but this topic alone, I think it's going to be much darker. Uh, Very similar to Star Wars Clone Wars season 7. I feel like.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say as well. Was about season 7 is that I really loved how they showed us why Ahsoka wasn't around when Anakin was really going to the dark side, like how you could hear everything that was going on. You know what I mean? Like when like you could hear the like Mace Windu like and all this stuff like she felt it like kind of similar to what happened with Yoda when all that stuff was going down. Kind of showing that across possibly the galaxy, all of the Jedis were like, oh my goodness, we're really losing the chosen one, so to speak, and I really love that aspect. Just wanted to say that real quick. Laura says, better to wait and not rush a game than rush it and make it feel incomplete. See Knights of the Old Republic 2. Knights of the Old Republic 2. She said stupid in her button. Mary Sue, what up with it, yo? Hey,
How's
Marvel fam. What's up with it? How are you doing? I hope everyone is having a fantastic day.
I hope we can see. So right now, a lot of the new novels that are continuing, like the canon Star Wars stuff, is all Knights of the Old Republic stuff.
Okay.
Or Star Wars: The High Republic. I'm sorry. Stuff. So I want to know when and how they're going to kind of start bringing that in, and it might start with this show potentially. I don't know. Actually, no. This is the High Republic's way before Empire. So, I don't know. I want to know how it might be when the next movies come out, man. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's very true.
That. And that might not be for another couple of years. I know Disney has the slate that like their whole release slate. I think we've talked about it before, but I don't think Star Wars movies were on there.
Yeah.
And were they?
You mean shows or movies?
Movies.
Oh no movies. All we get, we're not getting it. I'm pretty sure from the last thing that I can remember, we're not getting another movie until the new trilogy is made. Like that's our next movie that we're getting is the Old Republic trilogy that we're supposed to be getting, and that's being created by the Game of Thrones writer or the Game of Thrones show writers, right? Or did that change? I don't.
They might have got. I think they got let go. I mean, honest, man.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I know a lot of stuff happened with that.
Yeah, a part of me is thinking that they got rid of them. So.
Are you talking about old canon? We got a Knights of the Old Republic reference in episode 8 or 9. No, we're just talking about what our next movies is going to be as far as Star Wars goes. Because we know that oh snap, Laura said, wait, they're making an Old Republic movie? Yeah, they're making an Old Republic trilogy. The Knights of the Old Republic is going to be the next Star Wars trilogy that we get. And then
at least that's what they've said.
Wait, how long have we had that news? I think about a year and a half, maybe.
It's been a while, man. And they've talked about Bane, Bane coming back. And some of the other major Sith lords that we know throughout Star Wars lore.
If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be focused on the Sith kind of a little bit more, right?
I think so.
One of the. It was like it's not. None of this is fully confirmed, but when they first, because they announced this, and then after the announcement, we got our normal rumors from like the designated sources that can be trusted, and it was like
at least
this is gonna be and they were like this is gonna be this is Knights of the Old Republic. It's supposed to at first it was gonna be being made by the Game of Thrones show writers or directors or whatever, I don't know what it's called, and it was also supposed to be focusing on Bane and kind of the Sith side of what was going on in that war and why the Sith chose to even do the Master of Two. I think it was something like that. Like we were supposed to be exploring all of that type of stuff, and it was just like we were freaking going crazy when we heard the news initially. It was like, what the hell is about to be happening? Are you serious? Like we're focusing on Bane? Like what? Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
could you imagine seeing a young Sidious? I think that would be awesome.
And you know what? That might be the route they're going. We had a whole conversation about this. I feel like, right?
I believe so.
I don't know if it was a movie or a show. They're going to kind of they want to explore Kylo Ren as a young child, and kind of explore how he grew up and kind of see that transition of him going from Ben Solo to Kylo Ren, you know,
Yeah.
and I think that'd be pretty cool. But not to take what Mary Sue said, but I do. I have trust issues when it comes to Star Wars, and
Yeah.
Mando and the Book of Boba Fett have kind of gained some trust for me. But
Hey, give it to Dave Filoni and John Favreau. Just give the whole Star Wars universe to them, because to be completely honest, I like the Last Jedi. I don't even know what the names of the newest trilogy and what order it goes, because I try so hard to disconnect my spiritual being from that, because it just messes with my soul sometimes to
yeah,
see how, like, not having Finn become the next Jedi, like in that was just a terrible idea. Like, that was just bad writing for me. It was like, yo, you're not gonna let the Stormtrooper's story arc to become a Jedi be complete? Like, what? But that we can talk about Star Wars all day around here, I'm pretty sure, bro. And like what our frustrations a little bit and how they've
yeah,
done us as the fandom. But I mean, when it comes to the not the new Star Wars comics, but to a lot of these newer Star Wars comics where they were filling in a lot of what was going on when it comes to the new trilogy, those are even a little bit better than the actual like movies and stuff, because it gives you a lot of understanding. Like, you find out that Kylo Ren isn't the one that burned down the Jedi Temple. It was struck by lightning by Snoke. Like, that's what happened. Like, and Snoke was on the island with Luke, like helping build the whole Jedi Temple. So it's like, yo, there's so much that we didn't even get to see or be able to acknowledge that was happening with these movies. So it's like,
yeah.
man, it's so lame. Not Tactical says young Palpatine called Alkalite confirmed for Disney Plus. That's, yes, I know, we know
Yes.
about Alkalite, right? So what do we
That's
know
like
about
Sith.
Alkalite, my brother?
That's definitely Sith oriented. That,
Uh-huh.
and I think young Palpatine is a good. I don't know for sure. I don't know a whole lot. I just know that it's centered around the Sith, and I think it does talk. I think it is mainly for young Palpatine type stuff.
Mm,
But I'm not too sure.
okay. That, yeah, I believe that's something. I believe that as well. Um, Mary Sue said, I was so emotionally invested in episode 7. The crash was pretty bad after 9. Yes, I agree. Episode 7 lit a spark in my heart that I had never really felt before, when when the kid at the end used the force, and I was like, okay, anyone can use the force. It doesn't have to be all this other stuff that they were talking about, and then they immediately 160'd it back to being, oh no, you actually have to be like part of one of these sacred bloodlines basically to be a powerful Jedi. Like that, it was
Mhm.
like, oh man, it was, yeah, heartbreak everywhere. Mary Sue says, David Tennant, young Palpy. Ooh, that would be interesting.
That could be. I don't
Uh,
know. I feel like someone younger though, right? I mean,
I mean, how young are we going though?
I don't know how old Palpatine was when he first met with the Sith Lord who kind of trained him up or brought him up. I don't know. Um,
Let's see. Let's see how old he was when he killed his master.
because I don't even know how old he was when he finally got killed in was it Return of the Jedi? It was Return of the Jedi, right?
He
I think it was
killed
Return of the Jedi.
Plagueis. It was in 32 BBY. One thing about Star Wars years is they go down and then they go back up, so it gets pretty confusing when you following the. I don't even know. I don't even know. We would probably have to literally do the math on everything, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of math. Um, Laura says David Tennant was just in the Legends of Vox Machina. Man, we got to start watching that, yo. We might have to watch that one separately and then come back and do
We
like
didn't
early
even
catch
know.
up or something. Yeah,
We watched the trailer and completely forgot the release date. And
yeah.
yeah.
That one's on us for sure.
Do you know how many episodes
Uh,
are all the episodes out? Do you guys know?
that's a good question, actually. Are they all out, or is it
Because it
still
came out
going
the
on?
28th, right? If I
And that's
remember right.
Prime, right?
Yeah.
No,
6.
6 are out.
Okay, so damn, how many episodes are they trying to do? They do
They do
3 a
3
week.
a week?
Oh,
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
New episodes Friday. And these episodes are they're only 30 minutes long though, at the most.
Hmm.
Not even. So that's not even bad. We could actually do like 2 at a time, if anything, to catch up. Bust out. Yeah, 2 at a time because part one and because the first 2 are part 1 and 2 in the first place.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
we could. Yeah, I would be down to bust out 2 at a time when we do this, so we can
Yeah,
catch up.
that could be pretty
um,
cool.
they don't feel like 12 episodes will be in total. What? That's so we can actually catch up now and then finish the next half
Yeah,
if possible. Hmm.
that could be potential.
Yeah.
Something to look into.
It says 6 are out. They do 3 a week. 12 episodes would be in total. They don't feel like 25 minutes episodes either. They don't. Oh, they feel like 10-minute episodes. Is that what you're saying? Dang.
Dang.
So it feels like give me more, give me more. It's so good. Oh, okay. It's so good that it feels short. I got you, Laura. I got you. We got you. Um, we got to check that out. But moving on next, to our next topic of the day. We have some new stills from the Batman, yo. I feel like we're just getting so much promotional content when it comes to this Batman movie, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, I love it. Like, look at that. That's a good look at the suit. Not gonna
Oh yeah.
lie.
And so far, these stills haven't been super spoiler. Like these have
Yeah.
definitely mainly been character based. Uh,
Mm.
definitely a new suit. View from the suit. Like I didn't realize his chest plate was kind of like that.
Yeah, it
Um,
seems like it has more like a snake type of like a
mhm.
scale, like a dragon scale vibe.
Yeah, definitely didn't notice that before. That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I like his arm. I think his arm's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The
Like
way
the
it is
little
on
thing
it.
right here.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
Black Widow esque.
Yeah, it is very Black Widow-esque. That's a good point.
Okay.
Oh, I think we see this at the begin. This is one of the opening scenes, I think, because this is like the funeral for the mayor when the bus crashes or when the dude
Oh,
crashes
is it?
through. I'm pretty sure it seems like Bruce is gonna run away and then put his suit on and run back in.
Because it looks
At
like
that
this
part.
person. Oh, that's right.
'Cause
There's
this
a
is
bomb on
definitely a
this dude.
casket right here, and then that's the bomb on the dude's neck that he was driving the hearse. Was it the hearse? If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a hearse.
Something breaks through the wall. I think it's a suburban for some reason. I'm not
Mary Sue says,
too
"I
sure though.
think it seems inspired by the original live action suit from the 1940s serial." Interesting.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know.
This is definitely one of the. I think I'm excited. This is probably one of the most excited I've been for watch one of these movies in a long time. Very similar to how I felt when I went to go watch The Dark Knight for the first time, or The Dark Knight
Mm.
Rises, the sequel to the second Batman movie. I'm
Mm.
definitely excited for this. Huge. I think that up until now, all the Batman movies have always been really good. Um, will this one be great? I hope so. I think this has it's on par for me to be as good as the Joker was in terms of its storytelling, its scale, the
Oh yeah.
grittiness, and how they kind of took that and really ran with it. I feel like this is going to perfect it in like a more action based, character driven story.
Yeah, and one thing I'm really interested to see as well, along with what you're saying, is the whole detective vibe that we kind of missed out on within the Dark Knight trilogy. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't really trying to solve anything. It was just like, oh, I got to go here and stop this, or I got to
Yeah,
do this and do that. He didn't have. There was no like, oh, look at this. What does this do? You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
like now I'm trying to research and find the fibers that's on this that can only be found on this sand on this side from this dude. You know what I mean? Like one thing that I saw on Twitter this week was a lot of people comparing how they cannot do a Batman show, but they want to do a Batman show so bad, and that's why they keep giving us all these iterations of different Batman. And then they were like, unfortunately, they made Arrow more like Batman than they even made Arrow like Arrow from the comic books. So that's why
Mhm.
Arrow has so many of like a lot of his story arcs in the CW shows are Batman story arcs. They're not even his. So it's
Mhm.
like, man, we don't because yo, Arrow is full blown detective. You know what I mean? Like when we saw that, when we
Yeah.
watched that show when it was like when it was good, basically, he was a full blown detective and everything.
But it was a good show.
Yeah, it was a solid show at one point. So I really just want to see that from him. And I just want to see him flex all of those muscles. Like, look at that. That looks so good, bro. It looks so good. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm excited to see Jeffrey Wright's rendition
Mhm.
of Gordon. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I loved how he was in what we've seen him in Hunger Games and Westworld.
What if?
I liked how he was in Westworld. What if awesome. So I'm excited to see because do we see his daughter in this?
I don't know. They haven't said anything about whether we see his daughter, to be honest. Uh, because that was one thing I remember we even talked about at one point. We were like, "Yo, we get a movie and have uh Gordon in it, and then not see, and then we also get a movie with Batwoman in it coming out soon." We were like, "What in the world?" Like that's
Yeah.
weird. Um, Laura Hart and Mary Sue having a combo in the chat said, is that the era where he was carrying a gun? Trying to remember.
Hey, you know what? I wouldn't doubt if this Batman's packing because every trailer we've seen, he's either grabbing the guns or whacking people with them. Like, no doubt
Fact.
he's gonna kill people in this movie. There's no way. Like, from the trailers that
Yeah.
we've seen, he's definitely gonna be killing people. There's no way,
Laura
right?
said, in the comics for sure. Not sure if he used a gun in the serial. I've seen less than half because they're hard to find.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it's even hard to find just looking it up. Laura says, yeah, Batman's whole thing is he's a detective. That's why I love animated, all of the animated movies
Yeah,
are goated that feature Batman because he is the guy that figures out what's going on. He's the guy. Batman is his own guy behind the chair. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like we never get to see that from these movies. So I'm really hoping we get to see him be that guy behind the chair and then also go and freaking beat up the dudes that he
yeah.
finds from being the guy behind the chair. I think the games really like captured that essence perfectly.
Yep.
Like what was it? Arkham? Batman Arkham or where
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight. Yeah, yes, Arkham Knight, bro.
That was
Oh my
the last
god,
one, if
like
I'm not
that.
mistaken, right?
The story, yeah, it was the last one. The story of that was amazing. Like with the Joker and how he was all, messed up and all that.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be amazing.
yeah.
Laura says, Mary Sue, I didn't realize there was a cereal on top of it. I apparently missed that when I read your tweet. Yeah, there's a comic and a cereal. Haven't seen the cereal.
Cereal. What do you
Uh
mean?
Cereal, not cereal as in like cereal, but it's like cereal as like I think it's a show. I think that's how they like an old show or something.
Oh,
Because when I looked it up, hold on, let me see. Let's put it on the screen. Batman 19. Oh wait, where'd it go? I thought I had it. Here we go. Turn that off. Here we go. Deese is the Batman cereal. So I think it's like it's
wait, what?
1940s. So I think it's like
Oh,
this this looks crazy, right? They aired before movies in theaters. It was common practice back then. Oh, okay, Mary Sue. Laura says, since there wasn't TV
mm,
back then, I think the
okay.
equivalent might be shorts before full length films. That is freaking awesome. See, you guys are so clutch, man. You guys always introduce us to
always
some
coming
new
in clutch.
thing or something, yo. That's crazy.
What?
Batman
You
is a
learned something? I had no idea.
1943 American 15-chapter theatrical serial from Columbia Pictures. We're gonna have to find these and like do a group watch with episodes 1 through 4 and 5 through no. Yeah, this is 1 through 4 though.
5 and
And this
6.
says best of. It's just the best of those episodes, like the best parts.
Oh yeah, that's the best stuff of 1 and through 4
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Oh, there's a full length cut right there.
Oh snap!
That's potential.
I'm gonna have to save that. Yeah, I'm gonna just save that one real quick.
Man, I don't know. You know, I'm not big on the old school movies though. That's the thing. I don't know.
Oh, I feel what you're saying.
I just haven't came across, the proper one to make it work for me. I don't know, but I'm down to give this a shot. I'm down to give that a shot.
We were talking about watching one of the other old movies. I can't think of what it was though. Was it the old Spider-Man or the old like Avengers or something like that? I think
it was
like
the old Spider-Man and the old Avengers.
Like when Hulk was just like a dude, like painted green, and Thor just looked like a Viking, like with a hammer. Like I was like, yo, this is wild.
God, it's rough, man. Like
Nathaniel Alicia says, unfortunately, PG-13 was hoping for an R-rated Batman.
I thought it was R for some reason.
No, I don't believe this Batman is R.
I thought it was R for the longest time. It wasn't until like a couple weeks ago when I was like, "Oh crap, this is 13." Because like they marketed it initially, I feel like I was a rated R for some reason.
Yeah.
Or you know what? It wasn't rated when we first got.
You're right. And we were like, what are they gonna?
Time.
We were like, hopefully it's R because we're gonna get to see that darker side. That would be lit. Mary Sue says, look at the cowl though. Doesn't it look similar? The cowl on the Batman?
Cowl. I've never heard these terms. Cereal? Not cowl? Like what?
Yo, you're killing me.
The Frosty Flakes? Like I don't
like the part that
Batman
comes out
from
the bro, you're killing me
so
right
confused,
now,
man.
Oh no, but it does look she's not lying. Like his head thing going into his cape that connects to his chest. Yeah. I definitely see it. No lie, Mary Sue. You be on it, yo. You're like the Easter egg queen, yo. You're the person that we would have looking back at the video to find all of the Easter eggs so we could talk about it. Like, yo, Mary Sue got these things time stamped on a notepad, my guy. Like when we're watching, what were we just watching? I think it was Boba Fett. And she was like, yo, look in the background on that thing right there. And it was like, oh, snap. We didn't see that at all. Thank you. No, it was Peacemaker. She wasn't there for Boba Fett. I remember. She was like, I hope nothing amazing happened on Boba Fett that day. Laura says, great minds think alike. If nothing else, we can make fun of it if it's bad, like a bad movie night. Yeah, that's something that I think we were thinking about doing for our Patreon stuff as well. Like being able to have those movie nights where we just watch anything and just kind of look at what's going on with the movie. Okay, I don't know why this just popped into my head, but I cannot wait for that sequel that we're supposed to be getting for oh my gosh, for the movie where they all get powers when they go into the cave, and then I think Michael B. Yes! Oh my gosh, bro. Such a solid movie. Such a solid movie, man. Can't wait for that. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Mary Sue said, if you want a real trip, watch the Japanese Spider-Man from the 70s. That's probably super cringe.
Yeah, I'm already getting red flags. That's something you watch when you got a bottle next to you. A couple beers, possibly some pizza. You make a drinking game out of that right there.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. The drinking
But
game. We were talking about doing the drinking game for like Artemis Fowl or something. It
oh
was I
god,
can't. Yeah.
maybe Japanese Spider-Man doesn't seem that bad after all.
Yeah, Artemis Fowl was major.
I do
Yeah, that
not
was
want to
too
rewatch
good
that
for
movie,
age.
like at all.
Yeah, that movie was bad. But yeah, yo, I think this is the last one. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's the last one. I'm super pumped for this Batman. I'm not gonna lie. His isn't his chest piece like the handle of the gun from the dude that like murdered his parents or something? I think that's
That's
something
from
that we
the
saw
initial logo
originally.
we saw. This isn't a very good
Mhm.
angle, but yes, from what I understand, at least that's what people were saying.
Yeah, we don't get a good look at. You can
Yeah,
kind of see a handle, it looks like a little bit.
yeah, maybe, but definitely in the first like poster we got when they were
Mhm.
released the little test footage of him wearing the suit.
Yeah.
That there was definitely two hand
When he
the
like
hand
walked
angles.
up, right? Yeah.
Yep.
We went crazy for that too. I'm pretty sure you guys can watch like almost all of the Batman stuff that they've put out on our channel because we've reacted to basically everything.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, at one point or another, we even reacted to a fan made film, a fan made
Yeah.
trailer that was
We got
actually pretty
finessed.
solid.
We got
Like it was
finessed. We thought it
actually
was
pretty
trailer number
solid
2,
though.
but we got finessed. And people in the comments were roasting us. It was like, "There's no shot, right?" Like, and then it wasn't until after, because right around that movie came out, Maleficent, not Maleficent,
That's not the first time that you said Maleficent. It's Malignant.
Malignant. That's
By James
Malignant.
Wan.
There was
Yeah.
pieces of the Malignant trailer that were in that little thing, and it blended so well. Whoever did this, and they even commented, "Yo, thanks for the compliment." I was like, "Yo,
Yeah,
I
they were
wouldn't have
like,
known."
thanks
Like,
for
there's,
the love.
yeah, I was like, "Yo, these guys are professional finessers. Like, you can't,
Yeah.
like,
And that was their whole channel, was just fan made
yeah,
trailers that were
yeah,
freaking solid grade A trailers, though. It was
yep,
wild. But I'm really interested in seeing the dynamic between them. And I'm most interested in the Riddler in this movie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that is one of my biggest like interest in seeing how he is, hearing how he even like gives his disposition and exposition, and kind of setting up what's going on within the world and Gotham, because like we know we're at a place where corruption is like starting to really run rampant, or not really run rampant, but just like the peak of stuff. So
mhm,
uh so that's awesome, yo. Like
yeah,
I am super pumped for everything
dude.
to come
It's gonna be a
with
good
this
time,
movie,
man.
bro.
You know, this movie has done a really good job. I mean, we haven't watched the latest trailers, or clips. I
Yeah.
think it's more clips that they're releasing now. Uh, but this is definitely like in the top 3 most anticipated things for this year, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm really excited for this. But
Me and you both, man.
man, that about wraps up our normal pop culture news update. But we got something. We got an addition for them this week, don't we?
Oh yeah, bro. We have this week we have an edition of what's happened basically with the gaming in this
Okay.
last week, yo. On our pop culture news updates, we usually talk about the different movies stuff and trailer stuff or anything like that. And now we're gonna add a little bit of gaming to it as well, because this week there was a lot of stuff that was going on in the gaming section, yo.
Oh yes. And without further ado, first one up. Sony has announced their
The
PSVR 2, creating an
Yeah.
official website page with pre-order signups, pre-order sign up notifications. So this is like their own Oculus.
Yeah, this is their second Oculus, if actually, because they had a VR
Oh,
already, and this
you're
is
right.
their second
They do.
one. So the PSVR 2 is gonna be pretty amazing, yo. I think that's gonna be
I
like
haven't really heard a lot
the
of that at all, though.
no, because this just happened within the last week, so
Oh
it's
no,
only
but
the signups for the
mhm.
PSVR. It's nothing more than that.
But the PSVR in general, like for some reason,
Well,
I have a vague thought
yo,
of when
that
it
thing
was
is
first released, but
old, bro. That was like when
yeah.
the PS4 like first came out. Like we were probably still in high school when the PSVR came out, bro. No
Oh,
cap.
you're right. What? That
Yeah,
was when the
bro.
PS3. Okay, so
It's been years, bro. Like
I
it's
haven't.
been years.
Yo, what? I feel like a
When did it
dinosaur.
come out? Does it have the date right there that you see of?
I you can still buy a PlayStation VR for like 350 uh everywhere, but like because the controllers for the PlayStation VR I had when I got my
Yeah,
PS3
it
initially,
had the big old round disc
but I
on
never got the
it.
headset at all. Um,
Mm.
that was back when I got my PS3 for the first time though, man. But the one I always see marketed though is what I'm saying is the Facebook's
That's
VR
Oculus.
Oculus, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the one I see
So
all
the
over the place.
PSVR came out in 2016.
Mm,
So I think that this is going to be a huge thing coming into this whole metaverse thing that we're trying to get into. I don't know if you guys remember, but on the PlayStation 3, I believe they had like a whole social hub type of game that you could
I
play.
tried to get into it, man. I tried so bad when I was younger, when I had a PS3, but like I couldn't figure out how to do anything. I don't know if I was just dumb
I'm
or
just wondering if they might try to, introduce their own type of metaverse
yeah.
thing with this
Well, they
PSVR and try
definitely
to
had that.
bring back that whole thing because that's kind of how
I had my whole
the
house. It was
VR
dope.
situation is now. It looks like that. You know what I mean? Like, if you've ever seen anybody go into the virtual reality world and all those aspects, it looks like that
Yeah.
PlayStation thing that we were just talking about. So I think it's a solid way to go. Not Tactical says, who do you think the main villain will be, the Riddler or the Penguin? I think the
Ri-
Penguin is just a means to an end, to be
Yeah,
honest.
Riddler for 100%
Yeah.
the villain. Like at this point, like
But
he's
isn't
on
he supposed to
every
get his own
poster.
spinoff, the Penguin, or something like
The
that?
Penguin is supposed to get his own spinoff though,
Okay, yeah.
but
So
the
I'm pretty
movie
sure he's just gonna get set up.
for sure, the Riddler is our guy. No doubt about that.
Nathan says, thoughts on PlayStation buying Bungie and
Ooh.
Microsoft buying Activision. We actually have that coming up. So we're going to come back to your comment when we get into that portion. We're going to
And
get
we've
to
had
that
whole conversations
because
on this.
there's
Just
a lot more that came
yeah.
out within this week with that PlayStation buying Bungie thing than we talked about the last time.
Mhm.
Laura says, "Oh no, you guys are making me feel old. I was in high school when the Xbox 360 came out." Well, a senior in high school, but still. Mary Sue says, "Video games is where my nerd knowledge really drops off. I play Pokemon, and that's basically it. Pokemon is lit. You're
Pokemon's
awesome.
lit, man.
I can't wait to play Arceus, yo. I'm about to go cop me the Switch as soon as I can, so I can play that. And I got to get it for me and my son at the same time, though. I'm juiced for everything that could come out with this PSVR 2 thing because I'm really hoping that we get like a solid, because the metaverse is happening. So I just want us to get
Yeah,
a solid one. So I'm hoping all these different companies don't do what they've done with consoles and try
yeah,
to come more together so they can build something better. So you can go, no matter if you're on like your PSVR or if you're on your Oculus, you can like still interact with each other, for a lack of better words.
yeah.
And I wonder if they're going to make it to where you can plug
Crossplay.
it up to the computer and stuff, like, because that's how the the Oculus is. So
Mhm.
I wonder if it's just going to be only PlayStation games, or if you're going to be able to get that more wide variety that you can with like the
Yeah,
Oculus, like, so to speak. And that's not the only VR system that there is, but there is a lot.
yeah.
There's a lot of them, but those are just the biggest ones. Laura says, so something like Ready Player One. Yeah, yes, that's what I'm thinking, but not
It's a little
to the point
dangerous.
where we
It's a little,
turn into a freaking post-apocalyptic society of
yeah. One
just
company rules the world, basically. You know, uh, like the government should have split that game up years ago before that even like just like realistically. I don't think,
yeah, facts.
and that's part of the conversation that I know I've had or I've seen people talk about the whole monopoly thing kind of coming into play with Microsoft buying Activision, you know, and obviously that might have pushed PlayStation to do Bungie, you know, just and I have more thoughts on that as well, but we'll get into that later.
For sure. But yo, moving right along, Rockstar confirms next GTA 6 is in development on their official Twitter page, saying many of you have been asking about a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. With every new project, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we've previously delivered. We're pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the series is underway. And that's kind of like what we were also just talking about, you know, making sure these gaming companies are taking the time they need to make a solid game. Don't get me wrong, GTA 5 was also came out. I think we were in high school when that game first came out, no cap. So it has been a really long time.
Still has a massive player base.
The online has a massive player
awesome,
base.
Dude.
Red Dead Redemption 2 also has a massive player base. So they're definitely pumping out solid games. Red Dead Redemption 2 was one of the best games that I have ever
had the worst multiplayer launch I've ever experienced. First off,
oh yeah, facts. No, yeah, that's a fact. But the
actual
game though,
ridiculous. The hell,
yo,
what shit is that?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Laura said, "What? I for one look forward to the corn syrup war in the future of this Ready Player One society." Facts. But yeah, man, I've been waiting for GTA 6 forever. We've had so many rumors about it. It's supposed to be like a USA type of map where they have all of the places from GTA ever, like in one place where you can kind of fly from this place to that place, and each place have its own stuff, you know, all of that. So I'm just really interested to see what they're gonna decide to do with that. Nathan says Red Dead Redemption 2 set the standard for games here on out. Yeah, especially that open world vibe.
That open world vibe, yeah. that campaign, man, I love the campaign in Red Dead 2.
Yo, do you remember walking in the snow at the beginning and your footprints were so perfectly in the snow? Yo, that blew my freaking mind.
It was just a well-built game. Like the features you could do, the treasure hunts, the different story arcs you could follow, the different stories that certain NPCs that you could follow.
The stuff that could just randomly happen to you.
Yeah, like dude, there was a moment where
walking down the street.
I guess this happened in this very specific cabin on the map, right? I'm just exploring, doing my thing, you know, and I go through some shit, right? And I'm like, this is fine. You know, it seems like a nice little cottage. I go in there looking for, you know, goodies or whatever. I open the door. A freaking bear kicks down the opposite door across me and kills me. God. I was so pissed. It scared the shit out of me because I legit dropped my controller, and I tried to pick it up and fight off this bear. And dude, I was livid.
Yo, one time I was just on a horse, just riding through on a trail, yo. And all of a sudden, I see like a fire in the middle of these trees. Yo, I go towards the fire in the trees, and it's a freaking KKK meeting in the middle of the forest. And I was like, yo, what is going on? I immediately killed everyone. I was like, this game is crazy, bro. That was the last thing I expected. Like, and this game is also one of like the hardest games to 100% on because there's so much that you have to do when it comes to hunting and all of the different animals that you can have. And like if you skin an animal, throw it on the back of your horse, and you just have it there for too long and you're going through water, you can lose it. It can get dirty. It can get ruined, so you can't get money from it. Like, yo, that game was grade A. They had such a solid system.
I had just gotten some perfect pelts from shit that I needed, and I died and I lost it. That's why I was so mad when the stupid bear came through the opposite door for no reason and killed me. I remember that.
Yeah. Nathan says killing an animal and coming back later to see it decaying. Oh, yeah. Yo, they did a solid job with that game, and I'm just hoping they continue that. Imagine being able to experience that within VR.
Yeah,
playing that game within VR, yo, like I would, that'd be amazing.
That'd be pretty wild. Coming up next, goes back to the Sony and Bungie thing that we were talking about. Sony has
Oh yeah.
acquired Bungie and planning more than 10 live service games by March 2026. So you're
Yeah,
talking
man. So
10 Sony games or 10 games from
live
Bungie.
service games, it's going to be games from Bungie. So
Okay.
they're going to be basically pumping money into Bungie because what the article actually says is that they're trying to make a game that will compete with Fortnite. And
Okay.
so a live service game is
Big statement.
Warzone, Apex
First off.
Legends, Fortnite, games that you can always update. You don't have to worry about it. And those are the games that kind of stay in the beta limbo that we've kind of talked about a little bit, because a lot of these games will stay in beta because it's easier and it's cheaper to pump out content when the game is still in beta. Because once a game is final, that's when it gets harder. That's when you have to like do it every season or every once in a while, or whatever the case may be. But with these live service games, like I just mentioned, I think Destiny is also a live service game, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah, so like they're going to be making more games that are like that are going to probably be
That sounds
going to,
exhausting.
like trying to zero in on
You know
each
how much
person.
bigger Bungie would have to be to do 10 of those?
10, yeah, that's
10 versions of Destiny,
and it's by the fiscal year of 2026. That's only 4 years. That's not a long time to work on a game, in my opinion.
I mean, they got to buy an entire building in downtown New York. Like that's like right? I mean, to realistically do that and treat their workers. I mean, I'm like from like a worker's perspective. I don't know. That seems like a lot. I understand. I get it. But in terms of like from the business standpoint, I see it. You know, I see why they would do it from like as an employee. That sounds like hell. Very similar to what's going on or what was going down at Activision and probably still is. With
that's probably not going to change
Blizzard.
Until Microsoft takes fully over of what's going on over
Hopefully, I don't know. Like I don't know what Microsoft has plans for. Maybe they know something that we don't, but it'll be interesting.
But like Laura says, if that's the case, my guess is you hit send at the same time I was about to click the other comment. That was wild. I was like that. She says, Bungie was a solid choice for Sony. And then if that's the case, my guess is Bungie is already working on the games in secret, or I hope their workers' standpoint they are. And along with this, though, we also know that Sony is trying to make and develop live action shows, if I'm not mistaken, for Destiny as well with this purchase. So they're not just trying to get video games going. They're trying to get like a whole world. They're like, you're going to make a Halo? We're going to make a Destiny.
The live action Halo's coming, folks. We got to do something about it. Destiny, get your ass over here. Let's go. You know, let's bring this to the people, right?
And immediately.
Hopefully Halo doesn't flop, because if Halo flops, I'm going to be livid. I have high hopes for the show, though. I think the show's gonna be solid. Very like, and this we said this in our trailer reaction too. It was giving us huge Game of Thrones vibes in terms of like what they were trying to do. At least with the trailer, it felt like that. But I'm excited, man.
I agree completely, man. It's gonna be a crazy next couple of years, seeing what video games and all this stuff comes out. We're supposed to be getting that Harry Potter open world game coming out soon. All these different games, that are gonna be saturating us with this different forms of content. With whether that being first person shooter, fantasy, RPG. We're supposed to be getting. I saw a freaking trailer that's supposed to be coming out. I can't think of what it's called. Hero shooter, but it looked like a Overwatch. It's Star Overwatch, the game. That's basically what it looked like. I cannot think of what it's called though. But I was like, yo, what's going on? We're getting all these different forms of games, and it's amazing because honestly, I am so tired of battle royales. I'm so tired of just the same old games getting
battle royales are so
reskinned,
fun, man.
Bro. They are really fun, but everyone is. I would love a Jedi battle royale where we're fighting with lightsabers or something like that. But everyone is like the same, If Halo has a battle royale, there's not really anything that they can do to make it stand out from every other battle royale. You know what I mean? It's gonna have a respawn system. You might mute. It's like there's nothing special when it comes to the battle royale anymore, at least, because every company. Well, for me, I'm a streamer and I game all the time all the time. Like for all of last year, that was my job. You feel me? Like that's what I was doing. So I was playing like every battle royale that came out, and they just are all reskins, like no matter what it is. So I'm hoping some of these games aren't just battle royales. We get more RPG stuff. We get more, all like JRPG, anything. Like even if it's a card game, like just give us more stuff. That's why I was really happy when Pokemon came out with that game that's like Dota and League of Legends. It's it's like, okay, awesome. We have Pokemon, but it's now they're going into a different direction, but it's like whatever. Mary Sue, I'd watch Halo, but I can't afford another streaming service.
You know what, Mary Sue? I understand. I really do. Because I did have the student discount. Actually, I think I still do on my Paramount. And that's why I still have it. I have Peacock because of my internet service. I get it for free through them. So you just got to, I don't know. There might be a way. You just got to dig in a little, to some of the resources you got. Check your phone service.
There is a way for sure, because they have it like, oh, you have Xbox Game Pass? Well, here, you get 3 months of Paramount Plus for free for no reason. Like that, they have stuff like that. You got to go in and check. You got to check your coupons. Laura says, I am excited, but not holding my breath for the Halo show. That way, I'm not devastated if it fails, and I'm pleasantly surprised if they succeed. Someone on Twitter compared it to the live-action Power Rangers movie that we got, and I really haven't been the same ever since they said that. I just haven't. I'm sorry. Bro. Ever since they said that, bro, I was like, whoo. Like, I was like, oh, bro. Like, because now when I try to look at it again in my head, I'm like, you know what? They kind of did look like those Power Rangers off of that movie just a little bit. Not a lot, I don't think. So I'm just hoping that everything is okay, man. I'm just really nervous. Paramount Plus was literally the last service I'd ever get, given the other options. I agree, but I have children and stuff, and my wife is like a Nickelodeon fanatic. She loves SpongeBob, so all of that stuff is on there. So it's like,
yeah. And you know what?
Really, you have to have. Yeah, they're everything is everywhere.
So like, I live in a sport loving household, So it's like,
oh yeah, that's why I got Paramount Plus, baby.
My mom still pays for cable, which is ridiculous to me. Considering how much she pays, it's atrocious.
Yeah, cable is freaking expensive.
I think she pays $100 plus, dead ass. For
like, you might as well buy every single streaming service for that price
and get more than what you get with cable, with better service. Like, but you can get all the football games and everything else if you have Paramount and Peacock. Those are the two. Those are like the two that they kind of bounce off. CBS, and then the occasional Fox game, which is kind of annoying because I don't know where to go with those yet. But for the most part, you can kind of do a lot with those two services. But Paramount offers a lot.
Fox games, real quick. The Fox games come on ESPN Plus. I think that's the only place that you can watch those specific games. Okay. Like if you get ESPN Plus, then you can watch those games, and then you have to have Paramount for those ones, and then the Peacock for those ones.
Yeah,
it's really freaking weird. I don't like that at all. Like, that's
like Hulu Live might be the one place that kind of has some sort of
and YouTube.
But it's a little expensive there. You're paying like what, $50 for like the
Hulu and YouTube
package.
Have it. I just can't imagine having YouTube as a television streaming service. Yeah, like, I don't think I'll ever try that or anything. But they have it. They have like the NBA package. They have NFL packages where you get everything and just that. So it'll be. Nathan says no more yearly releases for COD confirmed. Well, we are getting another COD this year, which we are also going to be talking about today. And then because the acquisition isn't confirmed until next year,
2020,
right?
yeah,
Like in the middle of next
2024.
year. Oh, it's 2024?
It's either 2023 or 2024. It's
Oh, okay.
you
And
know what?
yeah,
I think it's next fiscal year of 2023, and that's like 6 months in the 2023.
yeah.
So,
So like,
um,
yeah.
and
And that's solid to me. I think that's okay because
that's fair because the original CEO is going to be in charge up until that official switch, and then everything's going to kind of change from there. I know some of the workers and a lot of the big people up there who aren't like associated with all the trouble that's been going on have talked and said we do not like doing yearly releases for COD. You
yeah.
know, so like, and as that's just not. And I think for most people that who love play COD don't want that either. Uh,
Yeah. The
for the
thing though,
most part,
when it comes to COD, it's just really iffy because I think the biggest reason why they do those yearly releases is because of how the CDL works. And I feel like they don't need to do that for the CDL because there's a lot of these other games that are out that have like a professional brackets that don't have a game every year. Like Counter-Strike has been the same
yeah, I
game
was like CS,
forever.
bro. Like
And
literally,
yeah, and same with Valorant, Fortnite, all these games, even Halo. Like these games are the games, and they don't have to have a new game every year, and it still has a good fan base. So hopefully we get to see Microsoft come
yeah.
in with something different in
I
there.
think a
And
buy year. I think a buy maybe 3 is
yeah, a
fair.
buy, even a try, like a try year is might
Yeah,
be going a little bit hard, but the way that
as
you
long
can
as
pump out
it's a good
seasons
game.
this way, like now, the way that they can pump out seasons
Yeah,
for all
because
these games, there's no freaking way that we should have a game a year. You're not getting $60 from me every year for the same game, bro. Like
yeah,
that's crazy.
and I think the only challenge is if they come up with a COD that's completely trash
Mhm.
and you can't play for the next 3 years, you're
Yeah.
kind of out of it, And so that's the big thing. But hopefully they can kind of get it together because with that buy or try year release, they're going to have a lot more time to develop and really kind of hone in their
Mhm.
games, and that's what I mainly want. I think a year's too short though, for sure. Uh, because like what the most a developer gets per game is like what 4 years, 3
Yeah, I believe so.
with the cycle that they have right now, and even
Mhm.
then that hasn't been enough. Like we've been getting unfinished games, um, at release, and that's not cool.
I think it's
So
been like 2 years to be honest,
yeah,
but I
so
agree completely. But
yeah. What do we got up next, man?
man, uh Battlefield's next update needs more time to improve the quality of the updates and include additional changes. So they're trying to change the game, yo. We've seen it with some other Battlefields in the past that they won't have the best release and then they'll kind of get better as the time progresses. But I just don't see Battlefield 2042 coming back from the depths of
I
hell that
started
it has been
Battlefield.
cast into.
Like I started Battlefield 5, stopped playing it after the first couple like week. Battlefield 1, the best Battlefield I've ever played in my life. Up there
Mm.
with Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Um, but this newest one, I played the beta, played one game, put it off, never played it again. Uh, Not its fault for sure. I definitely wish, and I think we've had this whole conversation before, that they didn't release the game and more so just released another beta. Like
Yeah.
after the whole beta came out, okay, what do we need to
You know what,
fix? Let's
guys?
fix
We
this.
effed up. We can't
Yes,
do this.
put in another beta. Just like you said, a live service game until they can figure out what's going on and really
Hmm.
figure out what they want and what they don't want to do, what the fans want, what the fans don't like, what the fans really like, and find a good middle. You know,
Nah, I agree, man. It's crazy how these developers, and it's not really even the devs' fault. It's more the CEOs and all these other companies behind it that give these unrealistic deadlines and try to make them actually stick to them, even when they want to try to, fix the game. Because a lot of the
mm-hmm.
times the devs know, but it's like they can't do anything. It's like they can't build the servers. It's not on them who makes the
Yeah,
servers. It's on the company on if they're going to invest money into the servers and it's just a lot of stuff when it comes to video games that happens and takes place. That's really unfortunate, and it sucks for like us as the consumer
Yeah.
of these video games. It's pretty heartbreaking, to be honest. But hopefully we can see something happen in the foreseeable future. Hopefully Battlefield and all of them, they understand what they've done to us.
Yeah. I hope so
Yeah.
too, man.
Yeah. Nathan says 2042 hit registry is god awful. On top of a Battlefield having only like 24 guns total. What is that? BF4 had 20 pistol options alone. Yeah,
Yep.
facts.
I believe it.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. Up next, Dying Light 2. So Dying Light came out on Friday?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. We did watch the latest trailer for this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys have played it, let us know how you guys feel about this one. I haven't seen anything since Friday about Dying Light quite yet, but
Yeah.
I know people were hyped for this game though, for sure.
Yeah. And people were like really hyped off of the game. A lot of people, I see some people say that there's a little bugs here and there, but I mean, it's not your, what game doesn't have its bugs. But overall, I've heard a pretty good response from the people that have played it. I'm thinking about getting this game. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm still up in the air. I know there's
Okay.
another game that I want to get. I can't think about the name right now, so I'm not about to drop $120 to play some games right now. So it's kind of it's either or right now. You know what I'm saying? But Dying Light's a solid game. If you've had it, if you've played the first one, let us know. If you've played the second one, let us know. Yeah. And apparently it gets like wild, and there's like some correlations to like today.
So
what?
I'm on Twitter.
Awesome.
I'm looking at the Dying Light 2, looked it up, see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I see like dudes who bought and beat Cyberpunk are complaining about Dying Light 2 bugs. Yo, what?
Wow.
Can't be that bad, right?
There's no way.
It cannot be that bad.
There's no way. Yeah. There's no way. I don't think that's accurate.
Okay, so look, I see another one here. Dying Light 2 knows exactly how people would act in a zombie apocalypse, and it hurts how accurate it is. And it has a picture of a billboard with a news anchor on it saying, "Is the pandemic a scam? Too real. Too real." Yeah, nothing too bad. I mean, I'm not really seeing anything too negative right now at all, except for that one complaining. I see this dude sitting in the chair with the caption saying, "My man is not happy about Dying Light 2. He looks sad as shit."
Laura says 90% of code is bugs, and you can't always fix all of them. You just have to fix those that are game breaking. Yes, that's very true. I've heard that multiple times. Nathan says, from what I've seen, from what I've heard, last gen consoles are having trouble with crashes, but looks good. That's something that's been happening a lot with these new games that are coming out.
Yeah, with most games, and I apparently. And this is something that we've talked. I think we've had a conversation off stream too, with the latest COD that's going to be coming out.
Yeah,
it'll be the last COD that's going to be out for.
I think like
for old consoles.
Yeah,
but that game apparently, for someone who's seen it already, is dog shit, dog water. Like it compared to the actual game, it's not a good game at all. Apparently.
Whoa.
So that is a little scary. It's scary in a sense that it's been that fast that because like I bought my Xbox 2 years ago, right? And for this, and like when I had my PS3 forever, or my regular Xbox forever, and was still playing games on it by the time, I don't know, like I just felt like that transition has happened way more faster. Obviously, that's technology just getting better, faster and faster. I don't know if I don't know if I'm just ready for that, So
yeah,
that kind of throws me off guard a little bit. But Man,
Well, the Xbox and the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 have been out since 2013, bro. So that's almost 10 years.
yeah.
That's almost 10 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mary Sue says 99 little bugs in 99 little bugs in the code, 99 bugs in the code. Take one down, patch it around, 147 little bugs in the code.
That sounds like
Hey,
COD's story right now.
that is every game story, basically.
I saw they had fixed the thing that was keeping most people to get the
Their loadout? Is that what you're talking about?
atomic camo, which is like the mastery.
Mm.
And apparently something happened and FaZe Jav just lost his camo, and he's like, what the, because he tried so hard just to get the camo, and he did get it, but he just uploaded a video either yesterday or sometime the past week saying, I lost my
Dang,
camo. Yo,
that's crazy.
COD,
That's
come on,
definitely wild.
lock it in. All right.
Apex had a whole skin that when you would use it, it would crash a game. So every
Oh
game has
shit,
some
that
issue.
sounds horrible.
Yeah, like when you would load in, it would just crash your game. So yeah,
Blows up your Xbox, fries your PC. Oh, dude.
triggered.
Yeah, livid.
But going back into COD, yo, Infinity Ward posted a COD teaser on their official Twitter, and it was saying a new generation of Call of Duty is coming soon. So could this be Modern Warfare 2, Ghosts 2? What are you thinking, man? What do you think we're gonna get with this one? Maybe Infinity
Modern Warfare
Warfare
2,
2?
for sure. It's going to be
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 2. And I think this is something that's been uh,
hopefully in the works
going to
since the
happen
last
for a
one.
long, yeah, since I hope they give it justice. I'm a huge campaign guy. I love the Modern Warfare campaign. So I'm excited to play the part 2, the second part of it. I love the multiplayer so much. I hated Cold War. I have a love-hate relationship with Vanguard.
Yeah.
I love the kill time, like basically a second. But the movement still feels hard to kind of get around, just here and there.
Mm.
But the speed, the agility, I felt it was pretty balanced in Modern Warfare. At least for me. But I don't know. Besides Modern Warfare, Black Ops, up until that point, Black Ops 1 was like the last multiplayer COD I was involved with heavily. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But I definitely think it's Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Modern Warfare 2 is what defined an entire generation of COD. For sure. Versus any other COD, in my opinion, to up there next to maybe Black Ops 1 or 2. But other than those two, Modern Warfare 2 had the craziest impact on a huge generation of people. So
okay.
definitely calling back to that.
I'm interested to see what's gonna be going down, man. With everything with COD, yo, because as we know, they have no shame in putting out a bad game.
Yeah. Really
So I just hope that these next games that they come out with are solid. And
yeah, I'm to the point, man, with the console thing where I don't know. Getting a PC is probably just where it's at.
Oh,
from
yeah,
like
for sure.
From like a money standpoint of view. Obviously, you're gonna have a lot of upfront cost, but in the long term, for what you would pay for that new console, you might end up paying for a new graphics card. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely up for debate there. Because definitely, like what the PS5 and the new Xbox can offer, definitely a solid mini PC, and they're getting close. Yeah. They're getting really close now. When the console can beat any PC, that's next level, right? Like you're getting your money's worth there, right? So yeah. I don't know, and I'm sure we're gonna get there eventually. But Laura brings up a good point. because
It's because of the microchip shortage, yeah. Because Nathan said it's definitely rough trying to get next gen consoles, but it's been oh Jesus, it's been over a year since next gen released, and devs have to start moving forward. GTA 6 on PS4 is unfathomable. I agree with that
yeah,
completely.
that can't
I
happen.
could not imagine. Yeah, there's no way because especially even with the when they did the Matrix game thing and the ray tracing and all those things, bro. There's no way that'll be able to successfully sustain itself on the
Yeah,
the old consoles. Yo, there's just freaking no way. Like, there's just no way. Especially with how big of a game GTA is and what they're trying to do with it, with all the
yeah.
different cities and how big they're trying to do it on a grand scale. Yo, like I can't. Yeah, there's no way.
Mhm.
Not Tactical says Modern Warfare definitely brought a lot of people back to COD. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Mary Sue says, I gotta go. See you for Boba Fett. Not skipping it this time. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not sure when we're doing Boba Fett.
I work 6 to 12 Tuesday, so we
Mm,
could do it when I get back.
all
Unless
right,
I get off
yeah.
early,
I'm definitely down for that.
that might be a potential
Like you
thing.
think of what, like 12:30?
Yeah, that'd probably be the safe bet.
We'll keep you guys
Yeah, we'll
updated for
definitely let you
sure.
guys know on that one.
But what's our last thing that we're looking at, bro, when it comes to all this gaming stuff?
Well, PlayStation posted a 30-minute Gran Turismo 7 state of play deep dive and 4K footage captured on PS5.
Man, people were going crazy over this. They were like, I didn't know I could get more excited for this game, but I am.
We saw the
Like,
trailer for this one, right?
yeah, I believe so. And it was beautiful. And they
Oh,
went
dude.
like even deeper with the deep dive. It's freaking 31 minutes and like 47 seconds of just beautiful stuff.
What's it called? When I've always been fascinated with Gran Turismo and like how they
Mm,
made their games look, you know? So but like with games like that, I feel like I have to have the whole setup. Like I have to have a steering wheel. When I hit the freaking brakes, I gotta have the setup, right? I feel
yeah,
like
no,
that's
I
probably
feel
the
you.
best way to play those games to not only like put yourself in like a legit gaming position, but like
Mhm.
from a competitive and cooperative standpoint, like that seems so much fun. Like so much fun,
Yeah,
you know?
I agree
Uh
with you
but
for there.
that's awesome, man. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I love racing games in general. And my boy Donnie, shout out to my boy Donnie. He has a whole freaking rig of race cars set up in his house. Like everything is beautiful. The whole thing, and he plays it very often. And also shout out to my man Dat Gaming Dad, who's also he streams doing those type of races with the
Mhm.
whole type of setup as well. So I would love to get one of those dope vehicles or something and just or even a VR and have
Yeah.
the thing and playing Gran Turismo. That would be amazing, bro. I couldn't even imagine how awesome that
Yeah.
could
That sounds like a big good time,
get.
man. Sounds
Yeah,
like a big
for
good time.
sure. And then let's just fly through the movies of the week this week, yo. So we have Black Light from Liam Neeson. We're kind of
Mhm.
interested in this one, hoping it's not the same old, same old.
Yep.
Battery is looking forward to this one. Death on the Nile from Gal
Oh
Gadot.
yeah.
Yo,
This will be dope, man.
that's gonna be a solid one. I really can't wait to see that one either.
Oh.
Marry Me. I haven't heard of this one, but Marry Me. This is featuring Owen Wilson and
Oh.
Jennifer
Oh,
Lopez.
I actually have seen this one. I'm actually looking forward
Oh
to this one
yeah.
too. This one seems pretty cool
Okay.
too. Yeah.
All right, solid, solid. Netflix, we have Tall Girl 2, another
Oh,
one that I know you
definitely
were
gonna be
looking
there.
forward
Tall Girl
to.
2. Fire.
That's with Ava Michelle.
Mhm.
That's coming from Netflix as well. And then
Yep.
HBO Max, we have Kimmy starring Zoe Kravitz.
Oh
We
yeah, yeah.
saw that trailer. You
We
guys
saw
are
this
able to
trailer.
watch
Yep.
that. That was a solid one. Prime Video, I Want You Back, uh, featuring Isabel May and Scott Eastwood,
Yep.
Clint Eastwood's son, if you didn't know. And then Apple TV, The Sky is Everywhere,
Oh, dude.
featuring Jaquise Coleman, I think, and Grace Kaufman. Yo, this looks solid.
That's gonna be a good one, man. That trailer we absolutely loved. So I'm gonna look forward to that one a lot.
Yep, and then we have some limited releases: The Fabulous Filipino Brothers, Shapeless, Shut In, Cosmic Dawn, Those Who Walk Away, The Pact, Here Before, What About Love, Catch the Fair One, Conundrum, Secrets Among Friends, Ronnie's, and Indemnity.
Ooh, okay.
So
So we got a lot of stuff this week, then.
yeah, pretty solid,
A
yo.
lot to look forward to, man.
I'm pumped, man. The one I think I'm most looking forward to, I'm not gonna lie, is Death on the Nile.
Death on the Nile looks like it's solid,
I wasn't excited as for it before, but now I'm really
Have you seen Knives Out?
The Sky is Everywhere. That one looks solid. No, I have not seen Knives Out.
Oh, dude,
That's
you
with
need to watch it.
Chris Evans. Is that with?
Yeah,
is
it's
that
with Chris
one?
Evans, dudes from Jim Bond. That movie right there. Watch that movie. You're going to be even more excited to watch the movie.
Oh, okay.
I think it's on HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah,
you got HBO Max or Hulu or Netflix, I think. So I definitely check that one out, because if you want to get even more excited, check out Knives Out.
Oh,
it's
snap!
even better.
I'm gonna have to check that one out for sure then.
But man, that wraps up today's pop culture news update. We covered everything from lots of pop culture to a lot of what's going on in gaming.
All of pop culture, yo. Every aspect.
So with that being said, yes, we appreciate you guys. Before we head out, please make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Marvel Bros 23 on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and our YouTube channel, where we post most of our content, and everywhere else, and everything else.
That is right. And you can also check out our website, www.marvelbros.com, where you can, keep up with all of our videos, keep up with our Twitter, and as well as purchase our merchandise, you guys, to help us out with everything that we're doing here. We're almost to 1,000 followers on YouTube, yo. And when we get there, we will be releasing our Patreon and stuff, so you guys will be able to get all the other stuff that we do in more of a concise place and all that good stuff. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate you for tuning in with us on another amazing episode of Marvel Bros. Make sure you join our Discord so we can continue the awesome conversations there. And make sure you guys have a good rest of your night, and we will see you on the next episode of Marvel Bros. Excelsior. Marvel Bros. Pop Culture News Updates are now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. You can also watch Marvel Bros. Live every Sunday on Facebook.com, or you can watch them on YouTube, where we upload regularly. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Marvel Bros 23 to keep up with all things Marvel and everything pop culture.